This audio is from ebook number 9, After Our Final Breath, Where Does Consciousness Go? Authored by Tira, The Non-Self. When we speak of the final moment of consciousness, from the perspective of being human, or even as any sentient being, it refers to the final breath, just before the mind departs from the body. If one has not yet awakened to the truth that they are the mind itself, the pure, empty, radiant life element, then they remain an ordinary being, still bound by the belief that they are a person or some kind of identity. For those who haven't realized the true nature of the mind, the final moment of consciousness flows toward whatever the mind clings to. Now consider, what do we tend to think about most in daily life? Suppose someone is deeply attached to the idea of building a grand house. Day after day, their thoughts revolve around it. Earning money, planning, visualizing each step of the construction. The mind becomes wrapped in this vision. Every thought, every intention is anchored to this imagined future. Can you see how the mind keeps constructing inner images? The final moment of consciousness clings to exactly this kind of mental formation. This is what we mean by Chitta Sankhara, the fabrications of mind. The inner voice is just thought, rising and falling on its own. Mental images and emotions arise the same way, uninvited, impermanent, and not self. Yet for the unawakened, these passing states are mistaken as me. They believe, I am thinking, I am planning, I am feeling this emotion. And each time reality aligns with the inner image, joy arises. When it doesn't, frustration, disappointment, and sorrow follow. This is the cycle: gain and loss, hope and fear, all arising from our clinging to thought and mental projection. Here's the key: we rely on these tools, thoughts, images, emotions, without realizing that we are not those things. We are the formless mind itself. Yet we become trapped in the realm of mental fabrications, completely immersed in a subtle dimension of form, clinging to things that have no true substance. We follow the voice. We follow the image. We believe, this is me. This is mine. This matters. But these are just conditioned events. Thoughts, emotions, perceptions, rising and falling. The more we dwell in them, the more familiar they feel. We live within stories, react to them emotionally, and let them shape our reality. And if our final moment of consciousness, the very last breath of mind, occurs while we are absorbed in these mental patterns, then that becomes the doorway to becoming. Not necessarily into another body, but into the very thoughts, images, and emotions we refuse to let go. We are born into them again and again, mentally, emotionally, existentially. So, how do we end this cycle? Start here. Are you aware you're thinking right now? If so, ask yourself, does the thought have substance? Does the voice in your mind have form? Can it be grasped? No, it cannot. A thought cannot be held in your hand. It arises and fades. But we follow it. We believe it. If we can clearly see, there is a thought, there is a feeling, and know they are not us, then we begin to awaken. We begin to see. These are just things being known. They are not self. They are mental fabrications. They are samsara. They are suffering. Please understand. The voice speaking right now, it's not you. It's just a natural process, arising and passing. No self behind it. The thought, the image, the emotion. If they arise, let them, and let them pass. Everything that arises dissolves. Everything you once believed to be real, where is it now? Where is the self you clung to? There is nothing but passing conditions, only nature flowing and fading. When we no longer cling to thoughts, images, or emotions, no new becoming arises. But as long as we grasp at them as truth, we remain haunted by the worlds they create. Even as we sleep, the mind revisits the same places. Even awake, we think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions. This is how the mind becomes trapped, not by force, but by belief. This is how we are reborn into the illusions we refuse to release.